emotional intelligence, we're almost done. 13 more minutes. Is the awareness of all this stuff that's happening in the brain. So that's the first step, is this awareness of it. And then you have to understand your triggers. And your put down, let down, and shut downs are going to be different for you than they are the person next to you. So you have to be aware of what does tend to trigger you so you can kind of protect yourself, set yourself, get ready for that scenario. And you also have to tend to know what the put down, let down, and shut down is for the people that you work with. And that would be a great follow-up conversation to have. Is what puts you down, what lets you down, what shuts you down. And the more understanding we have of that, the more connected and better we are working with each other. So then when you're triggered, and we also know that you have to have strong self-care, because if you're tired, if you're not taking care of yourself, you're more sensitive to all the stimuli that's happening around you, and we lose power. So you have to practice that SOSS. You have to take good care of yourself. You have to keep the power within you. Use empowerment. Learn to respond and not react. And then this is helpful. So the SOSS is good for when you are triggered, but when your client is triggered or when your teammate is triggered, we do what I call the 3L. And that stands for listen, label, and look. Listen, sometimes you just have to let people rant, bitch, go on, let it out. We need to get our strong emotions out. So if somebody's angry, just say, yeah, tell me about it. Just let them talk for a few minutes. Listen without defense. Then the next important thing is to label their emotion or help them label. I'm sure you're disappointed. I'm sure this was a surprise for you. I don't blame you for feeling this way. So you kind of agree with them and let them feel that emotion. Then the third step is to look for solutions. But you don't look for the solution. Who does? They do. Because if they have to look for the solution, are they in amygdala or are they in neocortex? They're in neocortex. And then they become easier to deal with. And what happens is that we go right to, especially the managers in the room, or maybe even when we work with clients, we want to go right to the solution, right? I want to fix it. Here's what you should do. Did you try this? We need to do this. Part of coaching others, whether it's your client or your teammate or your employee, is allowing them to look for the solution. And most of the time, a client will have a solution that's not going to cost you a lot of money or cost you a lot of resources, and they'll be so appreciative that you did. But the key is that you listen and label before you start looking for solutions. Okay, one more game, and then we'll close you down. You all know what an anagram is. It's letters that are mixed up that are really a word. So up here we have CTA, which could be cat or at. I'm going to show you 5 anagrams, and your goal is to figure them all out. And I'm going to give you 10 seconds for each one, okay? So it's a contest to see who gets the most. Ready, set, go.